Over the Ben Franklin Bridge this morning, where we've got a fair amount of clouds. Right now it feels like just 28 degrees in Allentown, 32 in Exton, 36 in the city, 38 in Millville. So chilly. Those winds not quite as gusty as yesterday, but we do still have a 36-mile-an-hour gust in the Poconos, a 25 in Reading. Not really seeing too many gusts elsewhere around the region just yet, but the winds are sustained pretty strong. Satellite and Storm Tracker 6 with our multi-sweep scan showing a couple of sprinkles right now through South Jersey. We had some flurries, even a little mixed precipitation in Coatesville briefly, and that's with those lake effect snow showers coming in with such strong winds out to the west. You've got those lake effect snow showers not far from our region, so maybe a couple of spots get a flurry. At 8 o'clock, mostly sunny and 41, but cold this morning. At lunchtime, mostly cloudy and 47. 47 at 4 o'clock this afternoon with partly cloudy skies. And Matt, that wind continues to gust today, just not as strong as yesterday.
Gotcha, Karen. In the morning. Let's check in with Karen. Karen, I know I have been slightly celebrating the wind because it's given me a win at home with my leaves, but I know not everybody is seeing those impacts.
Yes, because when they land across the street, right, those people not celebrating as much as you are. Kind of depends on which side of that wind you are, right? And we do have those gusty winds through the morning hours. They're not nearly as gusty as yesterday when we had some reports over 50 miles an hour. But we are still seeing rather windy conditions this afternoon. It'll pick up again, maybe 30, 35 miles an hour. So as you're heading out right now, we've got a fair amount of clouds, but we're off to a rather bright start. At 6 o'clock, it's 41, but at 9 o'clock, at least partly sunny skies and 43 degrees. So temperatures are chilly in the low 40s in the city, but they're cooler in the suburbs. And then you factor a bit of a wind chill, and you want to grab that coat this morning. So chilly winds continue today, just not as strong as yesterday, but still some 30, 35 mile an hour gusts. The high about 48, but it really feels like the low 40s this afternoon at best. Then tomorrow we see sun to increasing clouds, a high also in the upper 40s. Wednesday's trending cloudier and 51 degrees. Get a few showers Tuesday night into Wednesday. We'll talk about that one in that 7-day forecast in just a minute. Matt and Aliana.
You know, I contemplated going ice skating outside this weekend, Karen. I was like, okay, maybe it's a little too windy, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes this week.
You just got to dress warmly and get out there and enjoy it. The winds today will not be quite as strong as yesterday, where we had gusts over 50 miles an hour. But you're still going to get some 30, 35 mile an hour wind gusts, especially later this afternoon. So how to dress this morning? The winter jacket needed. Of course, the Eagles gear is great, and the hat as well, because those wind chills this morning only around the freezing mark in the city and colder in some suburbs. So it feels like the low 30s this morning. At 10 o'clock, it feels like 35. We have a fair amount of clouds in the morning and a bit more sun in the afternoon. This morning, we'll see gusts maybe 20 miles an hour or so, but then through late morning into the afternoon, those gusts pick up to over 30 miles an hour. So it's going to be pretty strong winds, just not as blustery as yesterday. And then the winds relax towards the evening and nighttime hours again. Storm Tracker 6 with our multi-sweep scan showing a couple of drizzle drops here in Gloucester County, New Jersey, a few near Millville. We even saw a couple of flurries north and west. As you widen out, you can see those lake effect snow showers coming down into Williamsport. And we can see a passing flurry, especially north and west of the city, not amounting to anything, but just in those strong winds pulling in those snow showers from the Great Lakes. 27 is the current temperature in the Poconos, 43 in the city, and above freezing through South Jersey. That's why you have a couple of sprinkles there, where north and west, maybe you see a couple of wet flakes coming down, but no big deal. Through the next several hours, temperatures holding in the low 40s, but feeling cooler than that with this wind. You start off with a lot of clouds, and then you see some sunshine breaking through today. At lunchtime, it's 47. At 2 o'clock, it's 48 degrees. Temperatures a little cooler than average today. And then you factor in that sunshine and clouds and a gusty breeze, and it feels like the low 40s through the afternoon. In the overnight hours, we drop down to about 35, so it's another rather cold night ahead, mostly clear, and those winds try to relax. Tomorrow, we see evening or nighttime showers around, and if it holds together north of the city, and especially up in the Poconos, maybe even get some wet flakes with that. Your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Chilly winds continue today, not as strong as yesterday, but enough to give us wind chill factors. It already is chilly today with a high only in the upper 40s. You factor in the wind, it feels like the low 40s this afternoon. Tomorrow, we start with sun. and then see increasing clouds and a high of 48 with a few showers around in the evening, but especially Tuesday night you get some showers. Now the overnight low near 40 degrees, so it's not going to be anything to worry about in Philadelphia as far as mixed precipitation, but far north and west we'll see if it holds together and you get a flurry. Thursday, lots of clouds around and 54 degrees. Friday, a shower chance and 60. On Saturday, clouds to some sunshine, 60 for the Temple game. On Sunday for the big marathon, looks a little cooler and a high of 56 degrees. So chilly today and tomorrow, Matt.
We will bump day again. How was your weekend?
It was busy, but nice. How about you?
It was pretty good, thanks.
Rest up, raring to go out there today?
Suppose.
Sure, why not? It's 5:30. Let's do it. Let's take a look at the kids' bus stop forecast. You want to bundle up a little bit as you're heading out the door. It is chilly. This morning at pickup time, coats are needed. It's about 42, but wind chill's only in the mid-30s. So you're going to feel that chill in the air. A lot of clouds right now, but we'll see them break apart a little bit. At drop-off time, it's only 48 degrees. And the wind chill about 42. So not only are the coats needed this morning, but you're going to want them even in the afternoon. Let's talk about that 24-hour temperature change. It's a 14, 19 degrees colder right now than it was at this point yesterday. We have a couple of sprinkles in South Jersey, and we even have a few flurries that have been trying to reach ground with these lake effect snow showers out to the north and west. So here's what you can expect. Maybe a morning snow shower in the Lehigh Valley. I think at any best you'll just see a couple of flurries. 48 degrees in the city and the shore. You could get a little bit of a rain shower around, but mostly dry this morning, Matt. Maybe just a stray flurry north and west of the city.
Gotcha, Karen. We had a big accident out here overnight in South Philadelphia, 26th and Penrose. 26th is all
in the 40s right now, Karen Rogers.
It is, Matt, because you factor in the winds, it feels like it's around the freezing mark. So make sure you grab that coat as you're heading out the door. You're going to want that coat this morning as you head out. Let's grab that cup of coffee and talk about what you can expect today at the coffee shop forecast, where you make it a hot cup at 6, 7 o'clock. Temperatures are only in the low 40s. At 8 o'clock, it's 41. At 9 o'clock, it's about 43 degrees with some clouds breaking for sunshine. Right now, it's pretty cloudy, but we're going to see sunshine mixing with the clouds in just a little bit. Even a couple of stray flurries flying around north and west. So chilly winds continue. 48 degrees for your high. The wind is not as strong as yesterday when we had gusts over 50, but we are going to see gusts maybe 30, 35 miles an hour. Tomorrow we see sun to increasing clouds and 48, 51 on Wednesday with a lot of clouds. Overall this week is pretty cloudy. If you get sun-starved like I do, I'll talk about the brightest day in the 7-day coming up in just a minute, Matt.
Thank you, Karen. Let's talk about that marathon week forecast, Karen Rogers.
Yeah, and it's going to end a little better than it's starting. You saw Catherine with that warm, pretty coat on. That's how you want to dress as you're heading out the door. Grab the coat. We put the Eagles gear on the kids celebrating from last night, but you need the hat as well. These are wind chill values, not temperatures. But 7, 8, 9 o'clock, we've got wind chills right around the freezing mark, just a little bit above it. So it feels cold this morning at 10 o'clock, feeling like about 35 degrees. The winds are not as strong as yesterday when we had gusts over 50 miles an hour. But right now we're seeing gusts maybe 20 miles an hour at times. And then late morning into the afternoon, that's when those winds increase and we'll start to see some gusts 30, 35 miles an hour times in the afternoon. Then it kind of tapers off in the evening hours again, but it's another day where it's pretty gusty. Storm Tracker 6 showing a couple of sprinkles heading near Atlantic City. This is from those lake effect snow showers that have moved through. So even north and west, you could see some flurries coming through the region with these strong winds coming out of the northwest. I don't think they amount to anything, but north and west, it could be some flurries. Temperatures above freezing and well above freezing through South Jersey where you're in the 40s, and that's why there it's just a little bit of a rain sprinkle. But it feels cooler than these numbers because of the winds. So the temperatures 37 in Allentown, 43 in Philadelphia, and 43 on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. So looking at your hour-by-hour forecast, a lot of clouds right now with some of those lake effect snow flurries trying to come down north and west, and a couple of sprinkles that made it in South Jersey. But then the clouds break for sunshine this morning at 8, 9 o'clock. It's at least partly sunny skies. But look at these numbers. At lunchtime, it's 47. At 2 o'clock, it's 48. Typically, you'd have highs in the mid-50s. So this is much cooler than average, and it feels even cooler than that because of the chilly breeze out there. At 6 o'clock, it's 45 degrees. Then in the overnight hours, it's cold again. We drop down to about 35. It's mostly clear. Tomorrow, we start off with some sunshine, but the clouds really increase. We get a couple of showers in the evening and a chance for some rain on Tuesday night. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Chilly wind continues, 48. You do see some sunshine this afternoon. Tomorrow you get some morning sun, then increasing clouds. After that, it's pretty cloudy the next few days, so try to enjoy some of those breaks of sun when you get it. Tuesday night, we get some showers around. Doesn't look like we'll get many showers north of the city. If we do, it could even be a little wet flake coming down, though. Overall, temperatures stay mild enough overnight that it's not a big deal. Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies, 50. You get some peaks of sun. Thursday stays pretty cloudy, some peaks of sun, but clouds overall, and 51. Friday, we've got a shower chance in the morning and a shower chance at night, but 60 degrees isn't bad. Finally, after some morning clouds, Saturday turns sunny, and for the Temple game, you're looking at 53, but pretty bright. On Sunday, for the Marathon, it looks dry and at least partly sunny skies, so not bad at all for the Philadelphia Marathon or for the Union. Weather looks like it's pretty good.
60 is going to feel good when it comes back on Friday. Good morning, everybody. As we head outside this morning, we're not feeling so good about this. A new crash giving us a big